Unlock Divine Serenity. 7 prophetic secrets for miraculous calm and unbreakable faith revealed. In the heart of St. Jude's Hollow, the air hummed with an unshakable promise. It was as if the heavens themselves whispered ancient truths to those who dared to listen. Mary, a devoted mother and the village's quiet pillar, stood at the threshold of despair. Her son, James, lay motionless, battling a cruel illness that had baffled even the wisest doctors. Each heartbeat carried a weight heavier than the last, and yet the village wrapped her in its warm embrace, unaware of the turmoil that rocked her very foundation. One fateful evening, as twilight draped the hills like a soft blanket, whispers of a communal prayer night spread through the village. They sought the intercession of St. Jude, the patron saint famous for divine miracles. Mary felt a flicker of hope in her heart, mingled with trepidation. Distant voices hummed with skepticism over the choice between fervent prayers and the sterile, rigid confines of medical intervention, a debate that echoed in her very soul. As she prepared herself for the vigil, fate led her to a dusty corner in the old chapel's basement. There, she uncovered a forgotten prayer book, its leather cover worn and cracked, filled with prophetic secrets that spoke of divine serenity and unbreakable faith. Mary felt her heart race at the knowledge claiming to unlock miracles through unwavering devotion. The flickering candlelight cast dancing shadows, as if the very spirit of the saints hovered nearby. Before we continue, I need to tell you about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, click the bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can leave a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now, let's continue. The night of the prayer gathering arrived, vibrant with anticipation. Mary entered the chapel radiating a fragile but palpable energy. The air thickened with urgency as villagers filled the pews, each carrying their burdens. With candles aglow, their faces lit by flickering light, Mary felt the weight of their collective hope. She rose, heart racing, hands trembling, a bushfire of faith ignited in her chest as she poured out her soul. Her struggles echoed through the silent chapel, each word a plea, a declaration of her devotion. As she spoke, the atmosphere shifted. A divine energy began to swirl, surrounding the congregation. It was as if the very walls of the chapel breathed in unity. Just as Mary unveiled her innermost fears, a sacred hush fell over them. It was then, in that sacred moment, that James, limping with feebleness, stood and slowly took a wobbly step toward the altar.
Gasps erupted, tears poured freely, illuminating the faces of the gathered souls. Joyful praise and shouts of a miraculous blessing resounded through the sanctified space, shaking the very rafters with ecstasy. As Mary beheld her son's first step, the emotions crashed like waves upon her heart. Could this truly be a glimpse of something greater? The miracle unfolding was staggering, yet a whisper within her questioned whether God had even more profound plans for them all. With the celebration spilling into the night sky, Mary contemplated the secrets unveiled, wondering what lies ahead for her son, her community, and her own faith. Was this miracle merely the beginning? As the celebration continued outside, the night sky was adorned with a tapestry of stars, twinkling down like heavenly blessings. Mary stood at the altar, her heart both swelling with gratitude and trembling with uncertainty. The warmth of the village embraced her, yet within a fire sparked. Was it possible that their fervent prayers had unlocked more than just healing? James stepped forward, supported by a young boy from the village, a radiant smile lighting his wan face. The laughter around the chapel felt like a soft chorus of angels. But Mary, glancing down at her son, realized that this moment was not merely about joy. It was about faith, a beautiful tapestry that was still being woven. "Mother, I've heard them," James whispered, his voice barely a murmur. "They were singing to me. I felt them." His eyes sparkled with an unearthly glow, framing a moment caught between the physical and spiritual realms. Mary knelt beside him, her pulse racing with curiosity and fear. What did he mean? Suddenly, the chapel doors swung open. A gust of cool night air poured in, stirring the candles' flames, casting a flicker across the villagers' faces. A figure emerged from the shadows, a mysterious elder cloaked in a deep blue hue. His presence commanded silence, a hushed reverence spreading like wildfire through the crowd. "I have witnessed your faith," he intoned, his voice deep and resonant. "And what you have called forth tonight is just the beginning." His gaze locked onto Mary, piercing yet filled with compassion. Each word draped her spirit in a heavy yet comforting weight. Miraculous calm is but the first step toward a greater revelation. Be ready. As the air around them vibrated with energy, an unexpected wave of peace washed over the congregation. Murmurs of disbelief faded into soft prayers as their eyes filled with wonder. Mary felt her heart flutter. Was this a divine calling? "Elder," she found her voice, despite the trembling that accompanied it, "what must we do to follow this path?" "I will guide you," he replied, his expression softening. "But you must be prepared for trials that will test your faith. The secrets you seek are not just for your mind, but for your spirit. Are you willing to walk in the light, even when shadows loom?"
Mary's heart clenched with fear and hope. She turned to James, whose innocent faith shone brightly despite the uncertainty that loomed around them like a stormy sky. In that moment, a choice unfolded in her heart. Would she confront this daunting journey, anchored by the miracle already bestowed upon them? With tears tracing her cheeks, Mary nodded. A spark ignited within her resolve. "Yes, I will follow, even into uncertainty." The elder raised his hand, signaling the villagers to join in prayer once more. Each voice blended together, creating a melodious crescendo that reverberated through the sacred space. A dance of hope filled the air, transcending fear and drawing them all closer to the divine promise laid before them. But as the night deepened, Mary sensed an unsettling warmth mingling with her exhilaration. What lies ahead, and what sacrifices will her faith require? Could the path lead them to even greater miracles, or might it forge heart-wrenching trials? This was just a glimpse of the divine journey unfolding. With hearts ignited and faith unyielding, they stood together on the cusp of the unknown. As the echo of prayers filled the air, a question loomed large. What awaited them on this path illuminated by faith, and what hidden secrets would be revealed? As the final notes of the villagers' prayers faded into the serene night, a profound stillness enveloped the chapel. Mary felt a stirring within her, as if the air had thickened with purpose. The elder's presence remained central, a guiding light amidst uncertainty. He scanned the faces before him, eyes deep with wisdom, before speaking once more. "Your journey begins with understanding," he said, his tone reverberating off the chapel walls. "Each of you is a thread in the tapestry of God's design. Each challenge you face holds a lesson, a blessing wrapped in trials." Mary absorbed his words like nourishment for her soul. What lessons awaited them? Her heart raced with curiosity and anticipation. Would they confront something unthinkable or discover an unexpected truth about love and faith? Suddenly, James tugged at her sleeve. "Mother, I feel something inside," he said, his innocent eyes wide with wonder.
It's warm, like the sun is shining in my heart. Mary knelt before him, taking his hands in hers. "What do you mean, my precious boy?" "I don't know, but it's like a whisper," he replied, tilting his head as if listening intently. "It tells me to trust, that we are not alone." Those simple words struck Mary with the force of a heavenly decree. Trust. Was not this the cornerstone of their faith? She felt her own spirit swell in response, as if a greater understanding was unfolding. The elder smiled knowingly. Children often sense the truth more clearly than adults. Trust is not merely an action. It is a state of being, a surrender to what is beyond your sight. Embrace it, and the path ahead will be illuminated.
Around them, the villagers nodded in agreement, absorbing the wisdom with open hearts. An electric energy flowed among them, a collective pulse of belief, ready to forge ahead into the unknown. A wave of hope washed over Mary. Maybe their unity and faith could shape the destiny they were moving toward. "Will we all face trials?" Mary asked, unable to contain her concern. "Indeed," he nodded gravely, "but through those trials you will learn resilience. Each experience will strengthen your faith, chiseling your spirits as stone is fashioned into art. But worry not, for the divine is with you. You will not walk alone." As the elder spoke, the candles flickered, casting soft shadows on the walls that danced like spirits of those who had gone before them. Memory echoed through the chapel, reminders of other struggles and victories, of trials that had shaped their community. In that moment, Mary felt something beautiful, a divine certainty that they would prevail. With unity as their shield, with faith lighting their way, they could face anything that lay ahead. Just then, an unpredictably bright light flashed through the corner of the chapel. It danced momentarily before disappearing, leaving the villagers glancing side to side in astonishment. "What was that?" someone gasped. "Perhaps a sign," the elder replied softly, his eyes sparkling with intrigue. "Divine reminders come in many forms. We must remain observant, my dear ones. Seek to understand what God shows us, for it may guide our next steps." Mary's heart thudded with excitement. What was in store for them now that they had agreed to embrace this journey together? The night deepened, full of divine mysteries waiting to be unveiled. As they breathed in the crisp night air, a looming thought left a thrill in the air. What further revelations awaited them, and how would their faith be tested on this path of discovery? With eyes shimmering with hope, Mary grasped James's hand tighter, preparing for whatever may come. The road ahead was uncertain, but her heart whispered they would not fear. What awaited them next beneath the dazzling heavens? What divine plan was being woven in the tapestry of their lives? The air felt different as they stepped outside the chapel, a gentle breeze swirling with expectation. Stars shone above, their flicker mimicking the light that had danced through the chapel moments before. Mary could feel James's hand warm and tight in hers, a tangible reminder of the bond that held them together. "Where should we go now?" he asked, excitement bubbling in his voice. "Will we find the light again?" Mary smiled, her heart lightened. "Perhaps the light is within us, my sweet child. Let us seek it as we walk together." The elder gestured for the villagers to follow him, leading them toward the forest that bordered their home. The trees stood tall and silent, like ancient protectors, their leaves whispering above. Mary felt the soft earth beneath her feet and closed her eyes for a moment, inhaling the sweet scent of the pine. "Remember," the elder called back to them, "this path is as much about listening as it is about seeing. Listen for the whispers of the divine." A hush fell over the group. Every step seemed to echo the elder's words, a harmonious symphony of faith. Shadows mingled here and there,
cast by the moonlight that slipped through the branches. Mary's senses came alive. She reached out to feel the rough bark of a tree, grounding herself in the moment. James skipped ahead, giggling as he chased flickering fireflies. Each glowing light felt like a promise, a tiny facet of hope amidst the dark. "They're like stars," he exclaimed, catching one in his tiny hands, then releasing it as if making a wish. "Indeed they are," Mary replied, her heart swelling with love for her son. "Every star is a reminder of God's light in our lives." Minutes turned to hours as they made their way deeper into the woods. It felt as if the trees themselves were listening, guarding the earnest prayers hovering in the night air. Mary could sense the villagers' unease, but there was faith woven through their doubt, a silent agreement that they were embarking on something transformative. Suddenly, the elder halted, raising a hand for silence. "Do you hear that?" he breathed, his voice barely above a whisper. The villagers strained to listen. Sounds began to permeate the stillness. A distant melody, soft and celestial, floated through the trees. It weaved among the branches like a gentle stream, wrapping around them in embracing notes. Mary felt tears well in her eyes. How could music carry such grace? It felt alive, each note resonating with a truth she longed to understand. James, too, stood still, entranced by the unexpected beauty. The elder closed his eyes, tilting his head slightly. "This, my children, is a gift. Divine presence often speaks in whispers and harmonies. Are we ready to follow?" He stepped forward, guiding them toward the source of the sound. With every step, the melody grew stronger, intertwining with their hearts, stirring deeper emotions. Mary felt the weight of her worries lift. Doubt mingled with hope, transforming into something radiant. Their path led them into a clearing where the moonlight spilled across the ground. The sight took their breath away. A circle of fireflies danced to the alluring melody, and above them the stars twinkled like diamonds. "What if it was all just a trick?" someone murmured, hesitation creeping into their voice. "The heart knows truth even when the mind doubts," the elder replied, eyes closed as if embracing the ethereal moment. "Trust in this experience. It may be part of your journey." In that luminous clearing, an inexplicable peace settled over them. It was a reminder that trials were only stepping stones towards something greater. Faith was not always loud. Sometimes it was the gentle whisper of love and music in the quiet night. Mary felt a stirring deep within her as she gazed into the heavens. Each star seemed to pulse in sync with her heartbeat, urging her to surrender completely. Had they indeed begun to touch the divine tapestry unfurling before them? What waits beyond this night, she wondered, both excited and a little apprehensive. As the last note drifted into the air, an even more profound silence spread across the clearing. What revelations lay ahead, hidden within the divine mystery? What choice would change everything? The silence hung thick around them, pregnant with possibility. Mary felt it in her bones, the promise of the unknown. The elder held the stillness, allowing the moment to settle over them like a warm embrace. "Close your eyes, feel the earth beneath you," he instructed softly. They complied, and in an instant, Mary felt the cool ground cradle her feet, grounding her even further into the moment. "Listen, what is your heart telling you?" With eyes shut, she allowed herself to sink deeper into the sway of the breeze, the melody still lingering in her mind. It was a gentle lullaby that sang of old truths, echoing through time and space. Slowly, Mary sensed her heartbeat begin to sync with the rhythm of the earth, as if nature itself was breathing alongside her, urging her to trust. James's small voice broke through her reverie. "Mom, what's that light?" He pointed toward the center of the clearing, where fireflies swirled almost hypnotically. But one firefly stood out, bathed in a luminescence that glimmered like a beacon, pulsing like a heartbeat. "That light, it dances differently," Mary murmured, awe filling her heart. "Perhaps it seeks to guide us." The elder opened his eyes, taking a deep breath. "Sometimes, my dear ones, the light reveals itself in ways we cannot predict. Look closely, and you may find a path." Cautiously, they stepped forward. Each firefly seemed to part for them, leading them further into the clearing's embrace. Mary felt a surge of anticipation, coupled with the weight of her fears inching back. What lay ahead? Could they truly be followed by the divine? As they approached the brighter firefly, a soft glow enveloped the group. It expanded outward like waves in a pond, reflecting the bright light above. "Open your eyes," the elder urged. They obeyed, and gasps escaped their lips. A vision unfolded before them. Shimmering, vivid images danced around. Their memories, their dreams, moments of joy, and even their sorrows. Each scene was accompanied by the melodic whispers that had brought them here. A woman from the village spoke up, her voice shaky. "What does it mean?" "Every light carries purpose," the elder replied. "It calls us to witness our journey, to recognize how far we have come and how much further we can go. Each gift, each trial molds us for God's plan." Mary felt her heart swell as she saw herself with James, a vision of hope woven into struggle. The lights lifted her spirit, illuminating her doubts and fears, transforming them into stepping stones of faith. "What if my fears will block the way?" someone whispered, casting shadows again. "Faith illuminates even the darkest paths," the elder assured gently. Mary felt the truth of those words wash over her like a cleansing rain. The whispers of the hidden melody now echoed in her heart, reassuring her that they were not alone. The sacred felt tangible, embedded deeply within their souls. As the visions danced on, the bright firefly drew closer, beckoning them with an irresistible pull. They all exchanged glances filled with curiosity and uncertainty. "What happens next? What if we step closer?" Mary wondered aloud. "Let your hearts lead you," the elder replied, a glimmer of excitement in his eyes. "The divine awaits those who dare to trust." The time had come for them to make a choice. What awaited them in the light? Would they embrace it, stepping into a destiny they could only imagine? The night resonated with divine mystery, and they stood on the brink of revelation, poised to embark on a journey that would forever alter their lives. What truth lay waiting just beyond acceptance? A door was poised to open. As the elder's words hung in the air, a collective heartbeat seemed to resonate within the group. Each of them felt the weight of the moment, a threshold of choice teetering just on the edge of the unknown. Mary held her breath, the vibrant light of the firefly pulsating before them like a heartbeat, as if inviting them to step into a new chapter of their lives. "What if we went closer?" James whispered, his innocent curiosity echoing the hope in Mary's heart. "Together," she affirmed, squeezing his small hand. The air crackled with faint energy, and as they took a step forward, it was as though the universe held a collective breath. The firefly surged, its luminescence twinkling in a dance that felt both chaotic and divine. Mary stayed anchored by the warmth of James' hand, yet a part of her longed for the light, the truth that shimmered just out of reach. "Trust is the bridge," the elder spoke, his voice a steady guide cutting through her doubt. "It connects our today with tomorrow, positioning us for greater blessings." With each step they took, the world around them transformed. Colors brighter, sounds clearer. It felt like a homecoming, their very essence rejoicing as they gravitated toward the light. The brightness continued to unfold, like petals of a flower, revealing the beauty of life within its sacred embrace. Mary could almost taste the sweetness of divine presence. Whispers brushed against her ears, intertwining with the melody she had felt before, echoing encouragement like wings of angels wrapping around her. You are loved. You are seen. Suddenly, the firefly halted, hovering just before a massive oak tree, ancient and wise. The bark glowed with delicate patterns, resembling the veins in a leaf, shimmering with divine purpose. It seemed alive, breathing, the spirit of the earth pulsing through its roots, anchoring the promise that everything was perfectly aligned. "What is this place?" A man from the village stepped forward, his voice trembling with awe. "It is a sanctuary," the elder explained gently, "a sacred space where the divine meets our longing, where each of us is invited to discover our purpose. Here you can speak to the heart of God." Mary felt a warmth envelop her, every fiber in her being ignited with hope and a sense of belonging. She closed her eyes once more, imagining the roots woven deep within that great oak, grounding her, with branches reaching out to the stars. It was as if in that very moment barriers fell away. Her fears surrendered to faith. "Listen closely," the elder encouraged. "What does your heart yearn to reveal?" As they stood in the presence of the towering oak, Mary could feel the whispers of generations past flitter through the air. God has always been here, she thought, inspired, in the laughter, in the tears, in every heartbeat. "Step forward, beloved," the elder gestured, inviting each person to approach. One by one, they ventured closer to the grand tree. Mary felt the beginnings of a revelation unfurling within her, a deep-seated question echoing anew. What happens when you touch the divine? With each tightening breath, she took a step toward that sacred space, eyes locked on the glowing patterns dancing across the tree. The world seemed to fall away, and for a fleeting moment, everything was quiet, waiting for a response. What untold wisdom awaited them in this sacred union of past and present? What was so vital that the universe held its breath, waiting for their next move? The adventure was just beginning. As Mary drew closer to the ancient oak, her heart raced, echoing the rhythm of the journey they had undertaken. The air thickened with an intoxicating blend of anticipation and peace. She felt the collective energy of the group, a web of souls woven together by their shared purpose and desire. With her hands still gripping James, she noticed his wide, awed eyes reflecting the shimmering patterns of the tree. "What do you think will happen when we touch it?" he asked, his voice barely a whisper, colored with a childlike wonder that made her smile. "I believe something extraordinary," Mary replied, her own voice carrying a newfound conviction. The elder's presence, solid and reassuring, wrapped around them like a warm blanket. "Each of you carries a piece of divine light. The oak stands here to reveal it," he said, beckoning further. "This sacred meeting place is an invitation to see the truth within yourselves." As if in response, the tree's patterns danced more vibrantly, pulsing like a living testament to the beauty of creation. Mary took a deep breath and stepped forward, feeling every heartbeat intensify as she approached the tree's sturdy base. Something shifted within. "What is hidden in me?" she pondered, recalling the elder's words. She felt the weight of memories, fears left unspoken, and dreams buried under doubt. But the tree stood tall, a reminder that growth comes from embracing vulnerability. Around her, others loomed closer, inching forward with a mixture of hope and trepidation. Whispers of encouragement flowed from the elder like gentle streams. "Reach out, my children. Let the divine transform your questions into clarity." Mary extended her free hand, trembling slightly. Her fingers brushed the textured bark, and a jolt of warmth surged through her. The oak seemed to pulsate, as if acknowledging her touch. Deep within her, something began to stir, a sweet release, like opening a locked gate. Colors exploded before her closed eyes. Past mistakes transformed into lessons, pain into purpose. From behind her, she heard someone gasp. She turned to see Daniel, a fellow villager, stepping forward, hesitating as he reached for the tree. The elder nodded in approval. "Feel free, Daniel. All who come with open hearts shall be met with love." Daniel clenched his fists, battling his inner demons. "What if I don't belong here?" he murmured, the doubt evident in his voice. "You are part of this tapestry. You are woven in love," the elder replied, his steady tone offering hope. It was a call to faith, echoing in the stillness around them. As Daniel reached out for the oak, the elder sent out a guiding pulse, enveloping them like a warm embrace. Lights flickered and swirled, igniting a sense of unity that resonated within each individual. Mary felt the connection deepening, as if God's love poured down in steady waves. "Is it possible," she pondered in awe, "that our struggles are not barriers, but the seeds for our growth?" The moment stretched, each heartbeat singing with possibility. She turned her gaze back to the oak, expecting the wisdom to shower upon them like raindrops. In that sacred space, time seemed to lose its meaning. As they stood united in faith, Mary held her breath, knowing that this was not merely about touching a tree. It was a divine interaction, an awakening to the truth that had been waiting to be revealed. What illumination awaited them as they embraced their gifts in this sacred communion? Would they discover the hidden paths laid out for their lives? The promise hung tantalizingly in the air. The warmth from the oak enveloped Mary like a radiant embrace, igniting a deeper understanding within her. The whispers of the leaves danced softly, harmonizing with the heartbeat of the earth. Daniel stood beside her, visibly shaking, but braving the storm of his uncertainty.
She could feel the electric anticipation humming amongst the group as they awaited what would happen next. "Believe," the elder urged, his gaze steady and profound. "Each touch is a step toward revelation." Mary glanced at him, his eyes gleaming with purpose. "It's as if the oak understands us," she thought, marveling at the tree's vibrant energy. It stood as a living bridge between the heavens and the earth, capturing their collective hopes. One by one, the villagers took their turns touching the bark, each encounter unfolding different facets of love and clarity. As they stood together, Mary sensed a shared energy pulsing from person to person. She observed the way confessions of heartache lifted like mist, replaced by shimmering sparks of healing. Each release created ripples of understanding that connected them in ways words could not. "Daniel," she said gently, "what do you fear most?" He hesitated, casting a glance toward the ground. "That I'm not enough, that I won't be accepted." His voice trembled, and the truth spilled out, raw and unfiltered. "Let the tree help you," Mary encouraged, her heart swelling with compassion. "Together we can break those chains." He took a breath, glancing back at the elder, who nodded with an encouraging smile. Slowly, Daniel stepped forward. With increased determination, he placed his trembling hand against the bark. The transformation was palpable, the air shimmered. In that moment, Mary watched as Daniel's eyes widened with revelation. A cascade of light enveloped him. It seemed as if the oak absorbed his worries, illuminating them in ethereal hues before releasing them into the atmosphere. Tears streamed down his face, but they sparkled with newfound hope as despair gave way to acceptance. "It's so beautiful," he exclaimed, a smile breaking across his face. The warmth radiating from the tree reached out, wrapping around them all, igniting a collective realization.
They were never alone, never isolated in their pain. Mary felt a surge of gratitude wash over her, recognizing how essential their unity was. With every shared story, every tear shed, they transformed the darkness into illumination. They were all connected, a vast, beautiful tapestry woven by divine love. The elder called to the group, "Let your spirits respond. Let the light within you rise." As each person stepped forward, Mary marveled at their willingness to shed their burdens. The oak stood as a beacon of hope, and with every touch, they unraveled layers of fear and self-doubt. Each individual emerged renewed, their hearts as radiant as the sun filtering through the leaves above. But just as the atmosphere thickened with comfort, a lingering question stirred in Mary's heart. A divine mystery beckoned. What else could be unveiled? What deep-rooted truths lay waiting within each of them? The air hummed with the promise of further revelation, igniting a sense of expectancy. She turned back toward the oak, drawn as if by an invisible thread.
Would there be a moment of divine intervention? Something greater than what they had already witnessed? The anticipation crackled in the air, heavy with possibility. The group stood together, eyes shining with hope, hearts open to transformation. A sacred community edging toward the brink of greater enlightenment. What awaited them as they opened the door to their deepest fears? The journey had only just begun. The moment lingered, filled with a sacred tension. The air thickened as if the woods themselves held its breath, waiting for the next unfolding. Mary could feel the collective pulse of hope and fear surge through the gathered souls, that beautiful tapestry now vibrating with unspoken questions. "What's next?" whispered a voice from the crowd, breaking the stillness. It was a young woman, her eyes wide and searching. "We've touched the tree, but what do we do now?" The elder smiled knowingly, gesturing for silence. "The tree invites us to dig deeper," he said, his voice soothing. "It teaches us to face not just our fears, but also the flicker of divine light hidden beneath." Mary took a deep breath, feeling the importance of the moment. She felt a new strength rising within her, a desire to lead the way. "Let's come together again," she urged. "What if we share what we hear and feel next? The oak can guide us. It listens. It knows." A soft murmur of agreement swept through the crowd. Each gaze turned toward the ancient tree, all of them sensing a magnetic pull. One by one, they formed a circle, standing shoulder to shoulder, as if knitting their hearts closer. The elder moved among them, whispering prompts that flickered in the air like starlight. "Close your eyes. Let your minds drift like leaves in the wind. What does the oak reveal to you?" Mary felt the gentle pressure of the warm breeze and closed her eyes. Images bloomed in her mind, a tapestry of faces, each one a reflection of shared pain and joy. Suddenly, a radiant light pierced through, illuminating a pathway that twisted through the struggles of her heart. As she opened her eyes, she couldn't help but voice the vision. "I see us as threads in a grand design," she said, her excitement bubbling over. "Every experience we've endured is woven together in a way that makes us stronger. We're not just alone, but are integral parts of this divine plan." Gasps of realization echoed around her. They began to share their visions, moments of warmth, familiar laughter, dreams once abandoned. Daniel stepped forward again, his face alight with wonder. "It's as if the oak shows us that what we fear is only a small part of something so much more beautiful. We just have to trust." With each story shared, collective healing took root. The oak pulsed with life, encouraging their testimony, weaving their voices into a divine chorus. Each tale was met with awe as they gradually understood how their struggles could transform into blessings. But Mary felt an ache in her heart.
What lay beyond this revelation? Another layer of understanding was beckoning her, like a gentle hand on her back, nudging her further. It felt unfinished, like a book with a missing chapter. What if, she wondered aloud, each of our revelations has the power to touch someone else? Could what we share today illuminate the path for others who walk alongside us? If we connect with this light, what will it illuminate in our community? The crowd fell silent, sensing the weight of her question. In that moment, they all began to ponder, each one lost in their thoughts of potential and possibility. As if in response, the oak shimmered brighter, branches rustling like excited whispers. Mary smiled, warmth flooding her. They stood on the edge of something monumental, teetering between doubt and awe. Her heart raced with anticipation of what they were about to discover. "What does this all mean for us?" someone finally asked, breaking the stillness. An invitation hung in the air, waiting to be answered. A deeper mystery beckoned, echoing just out of reach, urging them to leap into the future with faith. Then the elder nodded knowingly, his eyes gleaming with the promise of the unanswered. Let's embark on this journey together, and as we seek divine clarity, we may just unravel a truth far greater than we dare to imagine. With that, the flame of curiosity ignited. What profound truths awaited them next beyond the oak's embrace? The dawn broke gently over St. Jude's Hollow, casting a golden hue on the village that seemed like a divine embrace. Mary stood at the threshold of the chapel, her heart a whirlwind of gratitude and resolve. From the depths of her soul, she felt a transformation, a whisper of divine serenity echoing through her spirit. Together with James, they had witnessed miracles unfold, but what lay ahead? Today was not just another day, it was the beginning of a new chapter. The elder, still a guiding presence in their lives, had called them to gather, to reflect, and to share the gifts of their hearts. The villagers assembled once more in the chapel, the fragrance of fresh blossoms wafting through the air, wrapping them in warmth and hope. Mary took her place at the altar, feeling the swell of love from each face surrounding her, a tapestry woven with faith. "Today," she began, voice steady yet filled with emotion, "we stand together not just as individuals, but as a family united by our trials, our dreams, and our spirits revived by the sacred oak." The weight of her words settled over them, inescapable and profound. Elders, mothers, fathers, and children alike leaned in, the flickers of candles mirroring the light igniting within them. Mary continued, "We have discovered strength we never knew existed. We've learned that our fears do not bind us. They are stepping stones through which we can rise." The elder joined her, his eyes glistening with a knowing smile. "Each of you has touched the divine. Each of you carries within a seed of transformation. This light shines brighter when shared." His declaration hung thick in the air, igniting a spark in every heart. As the villagers reflected on their insights from the oak, Mary felt a shift, a unity forming. Daniel stepped forward, his previously timid nature now fierce with passion. "I found understanding in my fears. I see that they are not enemies, but teachers." His voice rang with clarity, and the room erupted in murmurs of agreement. With each testimony, the walls of doubt melted, revealing the solid foundation of faith they had built together. Laughter entwined with tears of healing, swirling, creating an atmosphere of holy celebration. James, inspired by the spirit around him, stood up, a small beacon of unyielding faith. "Mom, I felt something special in the clearing. It was like warm hugs from God. I think we need to share that with others." A wave of awe washed through the congregation. Even the elder nodded with approval. "Indeed, young one, that warmth is the divine love that binds our hearts. Let it flow freely, touching everyone around you." The villagers erupted into action. They spoke of their trials, the unexpected blessings, the moments where faith had outshone doubt. They crafted a plan to reach beyond their borders, to spread the wonders they had encountered, one heart at a time. Mary clutched James's hand, her heart swelling with pride. They would walk through the village, sharing their stories of both healing and hope. They would invite others to the chapel, to the oak, to embrace the miraculous calm born from faith and unity. And so they set forth, a procession of radiant souls sharing their truths. The laughter rang like bells in a clear sky, capturing the attention of those wandering by, bringing them in from the shadows of skepticism. With every encounter, they lit the way for others, stirring souls toward awakening. As dusk fell over St. Jude's Hollow, the chapel felt alive, each candle flame a testament of shared faith now illuminating the town. Mary looked upon her community, witnessing miracles woven in the collective journey. The elder raised his arms to bless them. As you carry this light, remember, you are not alone. The divine threads of your stories interweave through creation itself. Speak boldly, love fiercely, and let the light you've uncovered illuminate even the darkest paths. Mary felt her heart surge with joy. This was their purpose. The transformation that had begun as a flicker now blazed brightly. They were not just a village, they were a family of faith, the shared love lighting their way forward. As tears of joy flowed freely and unity thrummed through them, Mary knew a powerful truth. They were forever changed. In their surrender to faith and connection, they had unlocked an unending reservoir of divine serenity, carried forward with unwavering hope. This was the moment of culmination, of purpose revealed.
The path ahead sparkled with promise, leading them into lives of unshakable faith. And so, as the stars blinked into existence one by one, they walked forward, hand in hand, into a brilliant new dawn. Now, my dear friends, if this story of faith and transformation has moved you, you need to subscribe immediately to our channel so you don't miss the next exclusive stories that will ignite your spirit. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm with the power of your support. Comment below your thoughts and testimonies about this ending. We want to hear your reactions and the miracles in your life. And don't wait even one more second. Share this video with at least 5 friends who are craving a touch of divine love and inspiration. Only true servants of God understand the importance of supporting our mission. Let your light shine.